Welcome to Ancient Echoes podcast. My name is Jerica Canning. Welcome to our show. If you like my work, you like my content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can follow us on our Facebook page. We are continuing with the Selective Christianity series. We're on part 7. The title tonight is Empire, Power, and the Politics of Faith. So tonight's question may feel uncomfortable. Did Christianity spread mostly because people believed in their hearts, or because rulers and governments supported it? When we look back at history carefully, we see something important. Religions do not grow all by themselves. They grow through leaders, through laws, through governments, through culture, through pressure. At first, Christianity was small and had no power, but later it became connected to big empires. And when that happened, everything changed. For the first 300 years, Christianity was a small group inside the Roman Empire. Christians had no army, no political power, no support from the emperor. Some Roman leaders, like Nero, punished Christians. But not all the time. Christianity grew in simple ways, through cities, through trade routes, through small house churches, by helping the poor, by caring for the sick during plagues. Some historians say Christianity grew because Christians stayed and helped sick people when others ran away. So early on, Christianity did not spread by force, but that changed in the 300s. Constantine and change. And the 313 AD, Constantine said Christianity was legal. Later in 380 AD, Emperor Theodosius, can't say his name, made Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire. That was a big change. Now the church had power. Bishops became important leaders. Church meetings were backed by the government. If someone disagreed with church teachings, it was not just a religious problem. It could also be seen as a political problem. The church and government became connected. Yippee. When that happens, disagreement can look like rebelling. Some old Roman temples were closed. Some beliefs were not allowed. Not every Christian agreed with the force, but now Christianity had power and control, and most likely money. And power changes things. During the medieval times, from 500 AD to 1500 AD, Europe was called Christendom. Church and government were closely connected. Kings ruled and said God gave them power. The church crowned kings. The Pope could remove rulers from power. In 1095, the Crusades began. These were wars supported by church leaders. Some people fought for faith, some people fought for land or money. The Inquisition was created to find and punish people who believed differently. In many places, you did not choose your religion. If you were born in England in 1200, you were a Christian. That was a big part of being a citizen. Religion and government were tied together. England in the Reformation. In the 1500s, King Henry broke away from the Catholic Church. He created the Church of England. The king became head of the church. Religion became part of the government. Different rulers forced people to follow different beliefs. Some people were even executed for believing the wrong thing. Religion was not just about faith. It was about loyalty to the ruler. Christianity in the early America. When settlers came to America, they brought these ideas with them. Yippee, joy. Some colonies had official churches. In Massachusetts, people who disagreed with the church could be punished or forced to leave. Religion shaped laws. It shaped daily life. Even later, Christianity was still very strong in the American culture. In 1954, "Under God" was added to the Pledge of Allegiance. In 1956, "In God We Trust" became the national motto. Religion and national identity were connected. Was it only violence? It would not be true to say Christianity spread only through violence. There were missionaries. There were people who freely chose to believe throughout history. There were kind communities and charities. But it would also not be true to say power played no role at all. After 300 AD, Christianity had government support, legal power, cultural control, influence in schools, strong moral authority. In many places, it was hard to disagree. When belief becomes expected by society, growth numbers look different. Other religions like Islam also spread through both trade and war. Religion grows in many ways: belief, community, power, law, culture, pressure, opportunity. History is complicated. So, what does this mean? If Christianity became connected to the empire, if it worked closely with political power, if people were sometimes forced to conform, then we must ask this question. When we talk about Christian nations, are we talking about faith or about power? When religion joins with the government, it often helps those in charge. This is not just about Christianity. That is how systems work. The question is not, did every believer truly believe? The question is, how often has religion been both faith and control? And we can really separate faith from the empire? And can we really separate faith from the empire? Well, this is Selective Christianity series. This is episode 7. And I want you to really think about this. And sometimes the most faithful thing we could do is study history honestly. So, was religion beneficial to the powerful? I believe Christianity was created, small sect, first couple hundred years, like many religions. Didn't necessarily make it true. An empire and politics took a hold of it. And they found a way to use it and force people to become Christians. And once it gets in our central nervous system, once it gets in our head, and we grew up in that culture and environment, we think it is true. Same thing with Islam. So I think Christianity since 300 AD, which it took off since then, was created by the powerful more. The Bible was put together by the powerful, the rich, and those in politics that were there to control the peasants, let's call them. It's pretty much that's what they called them. And to control the poor. So if you look at today, a lot of the rich and powerful have a lot of money. They're in politics. They're in the institution. We have a lot of mega churches. So who's controlling the narrative? Well, pastors are controlling the narrative. So as culture shifts and culture adapts and new eras come and new beliefs come in and politics change, Christianity changes as well. It has always been like this. It was never the same. Don't believe the lies they want to tell you. It always changed, always adapt. Whatever culture it came into, it would adapt. Now, I'm not going to say that Christians haven't left America and took the poison to Africa, because they did. A lot of evangelists and politics trying to brainwash Africa right now. So, yeah, my name is Jerica Canning. This is the Ancient Echoes podcast. Hope this was educational, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a good night.